So everything else in this video, I feel like you can take or ignore, but this I think is really, really important. Don't travel. Don't just jump at the opportunity to travel somewhere, whether it's to showcase your talent, whether it's to perform, be part of a talent management agency, whatever it is. Please, you have to really check these things properly. Hi, I'm Winta, and for welcome here. I just want to make this video real quick to just dump all of the advice that I can give based on my experience in the creative field over the past decade or so. So this may be a controversial opinion, but I really don't think it would be. I think you should not ever pay for participating in competitions. Those just feel like glamorized lottery schemes for me with extra work. Because see, you're doing the work, right, for this competition. You're creating the thing it is, whether it's an architectural project or writing thing like an essay or whatever it is. And essentially, you're submitting this work that you created, that you put hours in for free to this organization. They're saying that they're going to give you cash money or whatever. Still, it's a gamble. The metrics by which they'll be judging you is something that they would determine. It's not an objective truth, like this is the best writing or this is the best. They would have their own criteria and they'd be judging you based on that. Why should you be paying in this scenario? Like, I don't understand how this is still a running thing. And I understand that, okay, I guess some of them have this prestige or whatever to as a thing. You have your name there and stuff. But architectural projects take a lot of time to create. You're not sure you're going to be winning. You're not sure this is what the judges had in mind. So you're creating all of these things for a gamble, whatever it is, and then you're paying on top of that. So it really makes no sense for me why you should be paying. I think if you're a student who's in middle school or high school, there are some really legit good competitions out there. I think I'm going to list down the architectural writing competition that I participated in, ended up winning, and it really ended up being a good start for my career after architecture school. But there are organizations like that are genuinely opportunities to improve yourself, to get better at the thing that you do. They're not going to make you pay for participating, for a chance of getting this. Really, all they're doing is gathering all of this money and then using some of that gathered money, that's how I see it at least, to reward one or two or three people. Everyone else lost time, lost money to create the work and everything. So I think you should be really careful with any organization that asks you for your art, for your work, and for money on top of that. Whether it's a competition, whether it's a self-publishing situation, most of them, you have to look into that. That's usually not how it works. The person who gives the work should not also have to pay for the work that they're giving. Don't just jump at the opportunity to travel somewhere, whether it's to showcase your talent, be part of a talent management agency, whatever it is. Please, you have to really check these things properly, because I've had multiple offers over the years. I don't know who's out here trying to kidnap a dog. Okay, there are people. But I've had media accounts, social media, Instagram, whatever accounts reach out to me and tell me, oh yeah, we're a talent management agency that, by the way, I would never have heard of. And we just wanted you to come over to Dubai or to some other city. And there was one that was like, we want to shoot a music video out of the country, and it's a super secret thing. That's why we can't really tell you many details, but you have to come to our office. You have to just come do a test out of the city, out of town. And it's like, you would think that okay, when you listen to the stories of how music videos are made in, at least for the biggest pop stars in the world, you would hear that they're top secret, they're very, they're very secretive, they have this code language, they don't want to disclose a lot of information. But it's very unlikely that that's the case when you're not living in LA, for example, in Los Angeles or New York, or I don't know how they do it there. I don't know in what way they contact them, how they verify that they're legit, that they're the real deal, but it's usually fake, at least in my experience. And I think for me, the big telltale signs are, first of all, it's not just being very cryptic. So usually what I would do is to go, obviously, Google or Instagram, whatever it is. They might have a website of their own, whoever is trying to convince you to come, wherever they want you to come. but I try to find outside information. And if it is Instagram that they have, I try to look for real comments. Usually these scammers, they'd be limiting the number of comments in their account. And then they might have a large number of followers on Instagram, for example, but then most of those followers would be bots. They were just bot followers, and it wouldn't have any real engagement. You have to really, look for signs, any signs that you can get when they're not really giving you any information. They're claiming to be all that, like, we're gonna have a good tea and everything. The thing is, once you get on the plane, or once you are where they want you to be, you cannot negotiate the terms like this. And usually it's a hunch, it's a gut feeling. Sometimes I just feel like something is off immediately. And sometimes it's like I am indifferent, and then I would just want to Google them, or I want to be like, okay, listen, I've had this happen to me before. Let me look this up. I would just be like, okay, one moment. And then I will go do a background check and everything. And then usually it's ghosts, it's crickets. They don't have any footprint online. They don't do anything. And they claim to be a talent management agency. They claim to be helping people to publicize their work, their talent, their whatever it is. So where are they? Like, if they're not out there in the public, online, where are they? So yeah, you have to please be careful. This is something that isn't just a problem for younger people or children, teenagers, but apparently they're targeting someone like me, a grown person. So I think you really should be careful. Like, I know a lot of us, especially as creatives, people would try to dangle this whole thing of, oh, we can take this talent to the next level, or we can take your skills to the next level, showcase you to the world, or whatever. But they know that there are people who are desperate to hear that, who are desperate to hear, okay, I have my chance to go to Dubai, I had my chance to go to this place or that place. But if they're not upfront asking for money, which again, that's red flags, then what do they want from you? What are they going to do? And if they're not being clear with their intentions about what they want to do with your talents, what is it that they want to do really? There are so many hidden scams out there, and they're lurking in the shadows, managing to get away. And the fact that I've had this happen to me several times, it might have worked for some people. Some people might have come where they asked them to come, and that thought scares me, as in, I don't want that to happen to any of you, really. Another advice that I have is to not be pushed around. So when you're a beginner, I've said this before, I recommend that you try to find an opportunity to do the thing, to build your portfolio, whether it's create work for your friends, for your family. This would just be your chance to create. I think it's good to do that for the first few years. But then it gets to a level where you cannot let your talent be a liability. You cannot let your skills or whatever it is become a way of stealing time from you. Time that you can spend with loved ones, time that you can spend doing actual charity work, doing work pro bono, doing the kind of things that would help you develop your skills even more. Don't let people, and people will try to push you around, like, don't let people peer pressure you into doing work for free. I've had experiences where I can tell you that no company is too big to play dirty, or no organization or person that you think, oh, this is a well-known, they care about their reputation and stuff. Trust me, there are a lot of people that don't. There are organizations that will shamelessly bully people, not pay people, promise people things and not deliver. So contracts, try to draft contracts. Even if you're not going to end up suing people, try to have your agreement written down. Even if it's a creative thing that you like to do, even like photography or drawing, illustration, whatever it is, try to have it written down on paper. The terms of when are you going to be paid, half the payment, part of the payment. Don't be shy to bring these things up, because if you're going to do this professionally, you gotta do it professionally. You gotta develop yourself. You gotta start building your reputation as someone who is serious about what they do and wants to do more of it. So to do more of it, you have to be able to support yourself, right? You have to be able to fund your life and make a living out of this, basically. So that's a wonderful thing to be able to do out of the things that you like or you enjoy doing. But it really taints the experience when you're trying to be too polite, or you think, okay, I gotta hold myself back in this one. I gotta, be shy or whatever it is. If someone's asking you for your time, someone's asking you for skill, for your talent, whatever it is. And they're all going to bring up how they're going to compensate you for that, for what they are asking. Come on, you're going to have to bring it up. Now, I think this is also the case with colleagues, friends of friends, family's friends, things like that. You might be tempted to be like, okay, maybe I should do this one for free. And there is a level where you get to do that. For example, when you're young, when you're still practicing and your friend is doing some photography thing work for you and you want to help them with editing their next project, or you're writing a script for them and they're helping you with an illustration, whatever it is, you're exchanging skills, you're exchanging time and ideas. That's a wonderful thing to be able to do. But you will find the kind of friends that would try to take it too far, that would try to sneak in project after project after project that would eat up all your time, and you find yourself not being able to focus on anything else. Now, this is the case, especially if you have a 9 to 5 or you go to school. Your time outside of your work or school is very limited. And if someone is trying to constantly hog that, even if they're not going to say it like that, obviously, you have to start being careful. You have to start setting boundaries and look after yourself in that way and look out for people who would be taking advantage of this. And sometimes it's a good way of testing characters, of testing relationships with people. I've had someone who kept on sneaking project after project after project. We have had a relationship where he helped me with a certain project and I gave him a sand drawing video, 2 videos actually, I think more after that. And it was kind of like a way of exchanging this, and it was really cool because we both had projects. I think we both didn't want to pay for the help that we needed, but this was our way of paying, so that was cool. But then he just kept sneaking more and more and more requests. And then when I finally said, hey, listen, after this film, I was making a film for him already. I think I should start charging for this. You know, I was going to school at the time too, and it was something that was taking up my entire night, or like several hours a night. And I was like, yeah, I think this doesn't feel fair anymore. And he immediately got offended, and we didn't really talk much after that. And that really redeemed his character immediately, you know, like he just got, oh, really? Oh, so that's how it is, or something like that. I'm just like, dude, I made this thing for free, and it's taking hours and hours, day after day after day after day. And that doesn't sound like an exchange you would want to have if you were in my position either. So come on. You should be able to set some boundaries. And finally, I want to tell you that when you're working, or when you're trying to start whatever it is that you want to do, and you're still in the beginning, don't make a ceremony out of it. Don't be like, today is already ruined, I cannot, it's already unproductive, things like that. No, try to be like, I'm going to sneak in 5 minutes. Just do it for 5 minutes, whatever it is, sit down, do it for. There's a name for it. I think it's called the 5-minute rule. I'm not sure. And it's basically just, and be like, okay, today is ruined. I'm going to do this tomorrow. And we just start first thing in the morning. I'm going to start on a Saturday when I don't have school. I'm going to it's not, try to do it in between lunch breaks, in stolen moments throughout your day. Those are the minutes that are going to add up. And that's at least, I think, something that really worked for me in terms of writing. I was able to sneak in hundreds of words in public transportation while I'm taking the minibus to school, from school, be able to finish entire articles, essays that I'll publish on my Telegram channel or whatever it is, and have ideas for projects that I'll work on in the future. And sometimes it's actually that pressure that drives me to create work that has no fluff, has no like just blabbering in the middle. It's just get to the point work. And when I'm relaxed and I have nothing to do all day, I tend to chew on the idea more and waste more time and things like that. So try to just grab moments within your day instead of making a precious grand ceremony. This would be try to block time. Yes, that's good to be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to block 2 hours or 1 hour to work on this illustration, programming, whatever project. But also try to focus on trying to be realistic with how many minutes you can put in and how much that can add up. You will be surprised how much a difference that makes. And in the end of all of this, I just want to tell you that this whole thing is not definitive of your identity, whether you're successful in your career, whether you end up doing a 9 to 5, whether you end up paving your own path. I don't believe that this is something that defines a human being, the core of a human being. And I suggest that you look for that core, for those answers elsewhere. It's not going to lie in your career. People have tried that, finding their identity through career fulfillment, through whatever that route is. But that's, frankly, to me, a capitalist lie. It's not something that's going to fulfill you or really show you who you are. So that's it for this video. And I hope that you improve and you grow really in every way, that you seek the answers that you're looking for, and that you ask me whatever you wanna know. Have a wonderful day, and I love you. I'm rooting for you. Take care.